boy So Juve, and we in the building. Welcome to another episode of the My 5 Cents podcast, the best kept secret in podcasting. And let me go ahead and introduce the cast of characters to my that way. We got Chill is.
I bet your line step in the building. What's up, everybody?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Chilling. A lot happening, man. A lot happening.
A lot's happening this week. Can't wait to talk about it. And I'm going to introduce the other cast of character over to my that way. We got the logical genius.
Yo, what's up, fellas? Let's go.
What up? What up?
Oh man, so this is our 5 cents of last week. We're just gonna go over the trending topics of the last week. And what do we got coming in at number 5?
So check it out. Your favorite delivery service, favorite streaming service is headed to court. That's right, Amazon. They got themselves in a little hot water with the Federal Trade Commission. Why? They're being alleged that they used deceptive tactics to enroll members in Prime and then made it super difficult for people to cancel. So this trial is taking place in Seattle, expected to last several weeks, and Amazon's saying, what are you talking about? We didn't do nothing wrong. I said these allegations are baseless, but the FTC says, not so fast, so it's headed to court. Guys, you think these big companies are all shady?
Capitalism is a virus. I mean, that's just what it is. It's all about the dollar sign. So yeah, they're all shady to me because I've seen things happen at work where it's like, hey, we can forgive this, we can forgive that. But if you mess with these companies' bottom line, you're done. Done deal.
Truth.
Yep. I mean, I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, but I don't disagree with some of the things that are being said in the lawsuit. Like, I don't know if you guys have tried to navigate through Prime's interface. Like, so I work in software development, and trying to find things on the menu, you got to click through here, or whatever. By the time you're like, I'm done, I give up. I can't find where to cancel my subscription or cancel my order or do all of this. So I can see that them not making it easy for people to cancel, right? So, and I agree with so. And bottom line is what matters, right? It's about the money.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've definitely signed up, then signed out, and I don't want to pay the extra fee. So I'll get like that special, like $199 for like 2 weeks. And then I'm like, oh, I'm out. I set an alarm on my phone to say, hey, cancel Amazon Prime, and I do it. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not like it's not as quick as signing up.
Yeah, and it's not as quick as this next article. Oh man, a Florida jury has found Ryan Ruth guilty on all 5 charges, including attempted assassination of a major presidential candidate and assaulting a federal officer. The charges stem from an incident in September of 2024 at Donald Trump's golf course, where Ruth aimed a rifle at a Secret Service agent but did not fire. After the verdict, Ruth attempted to harm himself with a pen in the courtroom. Gentlemen, if there's a way to get out of it, is this the way?
Get out of what, life? Or get out of this trial? I don't know. When I first heard this, I saw like the headlines somewhere. I thought like he stabbed himself in jail or something with a knife or something like that. I didn't realize it was a pen. He stabbed himself with a pen. Like, I don't know what he was trying to accomplish. Didn't say like if he tried to stab himself like in the neck or something, or in the stomach or in the arm. Like, I don't know. I guess if he's trying to get it out, it depends on where he's stabbing himself.
I think he was going for the jugular, man.
The jugular? Oh, okay. So maybe he was trying to get out of life.
You know what's crazy to me? The assassination attempt, right? So he had a gun, but he didn't fire a shot. He just pointed it, right? So now you're guilty on 5 counts for just waving a weapon. Like, granted, at that time, it's a serious person that was running for the highest office in the land. Serious charge. But if you don't fire a weapon, is it really an assassination attempt? I don't know. I'm just asking.
I think it's just the threat to safety. I think is really what it's more about. And You don't really want to, do a light sentence or a slap on the wrist for something like that, because it could
Yeah,
then encourage or empower someone to go even further. It's like, wow,
agreed.
well, this is all I get is community service for pointing a gun at a Secret Service agent. You know what? Next time I'll try firing it and see what happens.
Fair, 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 fair.
Well, fellas, at number three, we have a wild one, no pun intended. So, USC Berkeley researchers just found out that wild chimpanzees basically get the equivalent of 2 alcohol drinks a day. Sounds like one of you guys. But not from cocktails, but from eating ripe fermented fruit. The fruit has only about 0.3% alcohol, but since chimps eat so much of it, it adds up to about 14 grams daily, about a drink for us humans. The thing is, they don't get drunk. They spread it over hours of foraging, and scientists say that this actually supports the so called drunken monkey hypothesis, which is new to me. Yeah, which is the idea that our ancestors evolved from to go after boozy fruit because it meant more energy. So, fellas, uh, if chips and chimpanzees hold their liquor better than us, are we really the dominant species?
That's
That
a
is a
good
good
question.
question.
That's a good question. I'll say this. I indulged in 2 mango carts today, and I feel very energized. It is late night in this recording. This isn't our typical recording time. But if it wasn't for those 2 mango carts, shout out to Mango Cart if you want to sponsor us by getting me a 12 pack. I would appreciate that very much. So yeah, I'm with it. 2 a day. Let's do it.
The interesting part is how humans respond to nature so often. Like we copy nature a lot. And is this where alcohol came from? Like, did we see the animals like eating certain fruits and berries and acting a certain way? So some human tried it and said, "I like this," and that's how alcohol was invented and evolved. I
I don't
wonder.
know. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like I don't know if people are on the side of evolution or
Mhm.
God or whatever, but I mean I don't know. I mean monkeys and chimpanzees like getting drunk and people like getting drunk. I don't that relationship is really close. I feel like I think it's closer than people are willing to admit to. So
Yeah,
it seems like they feel like they love having a good time.
true, true.
Well, I'm gonna tell you about a relationship that I don't even know what to say about this relationship. And this is the relationship between Tylenol and pregnancy. In a White House event, our president, he has caused a link. He said there's a link between taking Tylenol during pregnancy and it's linked to autism. Major medical groups immediately pushed back. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists called Trump's claim highly concerning and warned that pushing pregnant women away from Tylenol could cause harm, such as untreated fever and pain, have real risks. They pointed out decades of research. They're just not believers of the president. Gentlemen, do you believe?
The sad part about this story is that when this man speaks, it's almost like we have to pay attention to it. No matter what he says, it's almost like we have to give some sort of credit and attention to it. The science community says no way, Jose. They've studied this, they've tested it, and there's no link. I read somewhere that there's a it's like ice cream and drowning, right? There's a link between ice cream and drowning. So you eat the ice cream and you go swimming. You eat the ice cream on a hot summer day. They end up going swimming, and then you're having fun. You end up accidentally drowning. Was it the ice cream that had an effect because it's hot and you had a stomach ache and you drowned, or you just drowned because you can't swim? So that connection is the connection between Tylenol and autism.
And that's interesting because I was thinking about this one, and that's kind of like the crazy part, right? He didn't say like as crazy as he sounds sometimes. Like he's very strategic when he says certain things, right? And he's not saying like there's a big link or a small link. He said there's some connection, right? And there may be research out there, like you point out HLS with the ice cream and drowning, that points Tylenol to autism. And just because that small research study and it's 1% or less than 1% or whatever, I don't know the numbers. I don't even know if there's actually research on this, but that's enough for him to make the statement, and people blow it up out of proportion because they're going to think that it's a bigger connection than what is really based on the research, right? So that's the scary part. And two is, I wonder if this is going to be a lawsuit by Tylenol, right? So you guys remember the whole like voting machine and fraud voting machines, and that company that ran those voting machines sued. I don't know if they sued the federal government or Trump or one of the governments or local governments or whatever, or state government, over like the accusation that their machines were broken or flawed or whatever, or rigged or something like that. So I wonder now if Tylenol has a legitimate lawsuit against, I guess, the president and maybe his administration because of this statement.
Yeah, I'm not really a believer, and I'm not really concerned because I mean, ultimately, this is the same guy who said, "Hey, drink some bleach and COVID will go away."
True.
So I
It's true.
mean, if we're concerned about autism, just drink some bleach and it will go away. I don't know. What do we have at number one?
Guys, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Some of us have, some of us haven't. Jimmy Kimmel is back on the air with a twist. There are some markets that are not carrying the show, even though ABC reinstated the show. So places like DC, St. Louis, and Nashville, you're not watching it. But I watched it. I'm in Connecticut and I watched it because Jimmy Kimmel is back. After a brief suspension, after what some people call controversial comments around Charlie Kirk's death, there was a lot of criticism, a lot of hoopla. ABC yanked Kimmel off the air. But now he's back. They said indefinitely, but they role reversal, and I think I know the reason. But what do you guys think the reason is that he's back on the air?
Money, American money. It's basically what Juve was saying with the first article. The bottom line, right? It's about money. I think I read an article. I don't know how truthful it is, but I didn't fact check it. But I read that since his suspension, Disney, the parent company of ABC, lost like $3 billion.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's been like there was a huge online movement of people like saying cancel your Disney Plus subscription services, and there's a lot of companies that fall in Disney. Disney is Disney Plus, ESPN, Hulu are the big three, or whatever. So if people are canceling, and the subscription isn't cheap, right? They're losing money, and money talks in the world, in corporate America. So I could see why they wanted to bring him back, because they were burning so much money.
Yeah, for me, I'm not gonna lie. I'm all about the movement. I'm all about good old boycott. And when I saw out there that we were boycotting Disney, I was like, you know what? I can't afford the park anyways, right? It costs too much to go to Disney World. We boycotting that. They're like, Disney Plus. I said, fine, Disney Plus. Marvel hasn't come out with a good movie in a minute. Get rid of that. Hulu, who needs it? I got Netflix. But once they said ESPN, I said, oh, wait a second here.
Yeah.
Wait a second here. We're talking about Monday Night Football.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about my fantasy football team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's money on the line here. We talk about the bottom line. We talk about my bottom line. So
Yep.
I really was struggling with like, how am I going to boycott ESPN? So thank God Jimmy Kimmel is back. That's my feedback on that.
It's the movement of a dollar. And I think you said it earlier. Capitalism in this country is crazy. The movement of a dollar losing billions could sway everyone to be like, oh, wait a second, maybe we jumped the gun. Maybe we jumped the gun on this. Maybe it would have been a suspension, because at first you're like indefinitely suspended, indefinitely. Then you looked at your bottom line and said, oh, someone made a bad call.
$3 billion. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. In what, 2 weeks? A week and a half?
It was less than.
Yeah, it was last week this happened.
Yeah.
What's great is I saw an article and they were saying, or now backtracking, like, oh, the suspension wasn't about any governance. It was about his ratings. Hmm.
I've never heard of anyone being suspended on the show for ratings. Like they get fired.
Yeah.
Their show gets canceled. Suspended?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or a new host.
Like
Yeah.
do better.
Yeah.
So my question to you, do you think Jimmy goes like balls out, like you can't touch me? Or does he play it conservative and he's like, you know what? I I don't want to cause too much of a stir.
I
Good question.
think so watching this episode, uh he's teetering the line a little bit, at least in my opinion. You know what I mean? He's teetering the line. He's back. He doesn't want to ruffle too many feathers, but yet he's a comedian, so he's going to be subtle. He's going to make these jokes. He's going to be the Jimmy Kimmel that fans love and appreciate.
Yeah, he's gonna take shots where he can, like at people, like internally within the Disney, Walt Disney, ABC family executives probably. But I think he's also a company man. I think he's gonna not. Although he kind of like that wouldn't make sense if he goes too crazy and people like all of a sudden they're like, oh no, we made a mistake. We're actually gonna fire him. I doubt that they're gonna backtrack again, right? So I think he has some house money to play with, basically.
Right? Because that'd be unprecedented to be canceled twice in 1 week. Like
Yeah, right.
no one has done that.
Right?
Oh goodness. Well, this is what's happening in the news, and this is our 5 cents on it. Until next week, I guess we'll see you when we see you.
We will next time.
Peace.